MOTU news has been bursting at the seams this week, and Mattel Creations accidentally ships Vultak to a collector. Let's dive into these topics in this week's toy news right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael?
I am doing awesome. There's so many things that we get, all this great stuff that we get to talk about this week, so I'm super excited about that.
We have a laundry list of things to get to today. It's been a heck of a toy week, a heck of a work week, I gotta say. Super crazy busy. We had a lot of people in the chat, a lot of awesome, fun news to talk about, and it's like from every which way you can think. It's not like just one subject. We've got like a whole world of toys to talk about today.
The smorgasbord of toy goodness.
Of toys. And then also everybody, make sure you stick around till the end of the video and to the end of the stream, because we have a special new segment that we're going to be adding. So you don't want to miss that.
Awesome.
Why don't we go ahead and check in on who's in the chat, and then we'll start diving into the news. Okay, we got Collector Phil here. All Music Fan 88 is also joining us. We have the Great Deceiver here. Video Power Gaming is joining us. We got crew member Lord Hoagie is here. Crew member Brennan Barnes is here. We got Carnage 717. Crew member Mint with Card. Ralph Riggin is here. Joshua Robbins, crew member, is also here. We have Kevin Florence. Toy Hunters Hollow. Crew member Everlost. Crew member Michael Miller is also here. Crew member Mint with Card. Joe Fan 84. We got Ryan Cole gifting 10 Toy Habits memberships. Ryan, you are incredible and ever so generous. So 10 of you in the chat are going to get Toy Habits memberships. We got Roman Schilling, also a crew member. Toy Monkey Customs is here. Lord Hoagie, I think I said hi to you. Texas Toy Addict is also joining us. Stiggin 360, crew member Robert Alessandrini, Paige MP, crew member Adapto ND, Thomas Biauer Arkansara is here. We got GM Fitz G. Sorry. We have Joe Rizzo 30 joining us. Sty GN 360. You guys are challenging me tonight. Christopher Parra is here. We have crew member Rob 2023. We have Helter Santos, Fisto R. Jones, Jim Smith, Kurt HT, Smitty 45, crew member Adopto ND. I already said hi to you. And we got Keith, Paige MP, and I think I got everybody. So that was a hard one tonight.
Yeah,
a lot of new names. Yeah,
I'm really appreciative that you do this every time, because when I was on the stream with Mr. Home Arcade, like I could not keep anyone's name straight. I think I said someone's name like 4 times.
Yeah, I jumped in for just a minute to say hello, and I got a lot of jokes like, "Oh, I was reading the comments of the chat. The Toy Sorcerer's laryngitis sounds very bad tonight." It was not me. Obviously.
I think they were joking.
But it looks like you guys had a lot of fun with Mr. Home Arcade. My voice is still a little bit screechy, as you can hear, but is getting better. And I really want to thank Mr. Home Arcade for joining you, making a very fun live stream for everybody, and had an incredible amount of giveaways. Like, that was awesome. So it looks like you guys had a lot of fun.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me the rest.
Oh yeah, that was the first time just doing a live giveaway. So like I've worked out all the kinks, and we could do that on our stream too. So that's
cool. Speaking of giveaways, one thing I am going to donate to give it away when we hit 10,000 subscribers, and I'm saying this way too often, we're only like 175 people away, 175 subs. So if any of you are watching out there and you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, because amongst some other things we're going to give away, this is a Real Blast. So if you haven't got Real Blast, we're giving away a Real Blast. I am going to donate him to one lucky member, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that episode. But we got to hit 10,000 so we can have a fun giveaway, and that way we have a celebration. So there you go.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. We also have, we've had for a while, Turtles of Grayskull Merman too, that our friend Jason down in Southern California has scored a long time ago, and we just have not got around to giving it away. But hey, no time like the present at 10,000, right?
Yes, absolutely. So because we're so close to our milestone, we got to do something special. So let's get that done already, guys. We're waiting to celebrate.
All good.
Awesome.
Cool.
Why don't we go ahead and check in on the ever-growing crew, and then we'll dive into the news.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. On a weekly basis, and also for just showing up in the chat with your snarky comments and insightful things that you say in the chats. It's super fun, and even though if we don't flash your comment on the screen, we're actually looking at all of them. So some are
as much as we can. We're no speed readers because sometimes they go by very quickly.
And if you want to join our crew, just go to your desktop and click the join button on our YouTube homepage. And we actually before this, we're doing some pregame fun with the addicts in the Discord. So we have a hot tub session where I was like, all right, let's take a screenshot of everybody. But yeah, we had myself. It was Carnage 717. Giraffe was in there. Ryan, Rob 2023, Brennan Barnes, and Everlost was in there too. So that was really fun. We had some fun discussions.
That is so super cool. I apologize. I couldn't make it because I was finishing up work.
All
work
good.
is super busy for me lately, but that's okay. It's always a good thing, right? Better, more busy than not. The hot tub was all bubbly, Angry Wookie, and you missed out, sir.
Yeah, and Texas Toy Addict, you always seem to miss them, so I really don't know what to say. Just don't know.
It's Angry Wookie sound, so that was like so apropos.
That's funny. It sounds like he's like underwater.
I know, right? I'm so sorry, Rob. Can you please say hi to your mom? Hi, Dorothy. If you're watching now, I'm saying hello, and I'm sorry I missed the hot tub. So
yeah, it was fun. That was I think the first time that we've ever pre-gamed a live stream before. So yeah, it was fun. Cool. We talked MOTU, GI Joe, O-rings, and stuff like that. So it's fun. Also, this group also gets information really, really early. So like as soon as we get early information on something, we pop it in the Discord, and then we start writing articles about it.
So if you guys, if you're out there, you want to partake in this kind of fun, go ahead and join as a crew member. Make sure you join at the very amazing addict level, so you can join in on the hot tub and play in the hot tub in the Discord and hang out with everybody there, because they are an amazing group of people. And we so appreciate all of you.
Yes. There's a crap ton to talk about. Do you want to start with do you want to talk the Fright Zone first?
Yeah. Let's talk Fright Zone. Sorry,
that's all right.
You have your screen on there, so I am going to switch over to mine. And
I was looking at Rickster's comment. Let's talk Fright Zone. I want to see pics. We don't have pics, so that's FYI.
I was just gonna make a really bad joke. That's the Fright Zone. Those are the Fright Zone pictures. I'm just totally kidding. All the people. I'm just kidding. Totally joking around, guys. We love you all. So we got an anonymous source reporting that. So we all know the Fright Zone was spotted in the German toy show's Spielwarenmesse, I think it's called. Don't quote me on the name. But we did get reports that the Fright Zone was larger. I don't want to, exaggerate what it was, but larger than the vintage one. So, like, I don't want to say significantly or huge or anything like that, but it was different. It was bigger. It wasn't just kind of like. We have not seen it, but the report was, other words, that it was a large playset. So to me, I don't think it's just merely them taking the vintage Fright Zone and just kind of plussing it up like a little bit, because the origins are still in scale. If you look at Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull, they're still pretty much in the scale of the original, like maybe slightly a little tiny bit larger. So that begged us to ask the question, if it's larger, what does that mean? Did they extend the playset? Did they add features to it? Could they have attached the slime pit to it, because we haven't got a slime pit?
Yeah.
These are all really good questions, right?
Yes.
And was it Giraffe who brought up in the hot tub, what if we take a look at the concept sketch for the fan vote? So Giraffe, you are super smart. So we brought up the image here of the fan vote that was from last year. And as you can see, like this basically is very close to the original, although there's a little, I want to call him sort of like a semi-moat monster, but he's made out of rock. Coming out of this little pit down here is a little rock monster guy. It's got some added steps that the original does not have. And then we have this like Venus flytrap purple guy over here, like trying to eat the MOTU guys on the side. And it looks like they've added a trap door and stairs to the top of the little jail cell area. And then the trap door would open, and then you can take the guys out of the back. So, I mean, this is a little bigger than the vintage original, but it doesn't feel to me like sort of extended. Oh, and then it looks like there's a little bit of a play feature here with some vines that are kind of like the vines that they put on Snake Mountain at the cave entrance, right? So what do you think, Michael? I mean, does this give us any clues?
I think so. And I think I remember you saying too, when they revealed these Mattel Creations crowdfund images, I think you were like, this is it's way too tiny and like way too contained to be a crowdfund. And, I think thinking back to our stream we did last week, it's like, okay, they don't need to make crowdfunds, huge things, but this, I think we were actually talking about this a little bit in the hot tub too. Like, my opinion on this is, I think they've moved away from, considering this as a crowdfund. And I hope that they're going to be integrating some of these features into the Fright Zone that they're making for the retail release.
Absolutely. So, that begs the question. This is going to be a retail release. We already know that. We know, the word is that it's going to be out in October this year, which is awesome. But we did get inspired by the amazing Mr. Home Arcade, who does some incredible work, some incredible customs, and he made this insane custom Fright Zone playset. So this is his extended Fright Zone playset here, where he integrated the original Fright Zone, and he's got this whole kind of transition rocky stair area, another kind of little tower type space, and then integrated the slime pit on the other side with additional stairs. So this is quite a bit bigger than the vintage original, obviously. I mean, it's almost triple the size.
Yeah, and this one he actually commissioned from Bombstar Outcast Customs. And so Mr. Home Arcade, sometimes he makes figures and things like that, but this huge playset he actually commissioned. And this guy did amazing freaking work on this thing.
Oh, that's incredible. And my apologies, because I wasn't aware that he commissioned it. But that the creator of this sounds like he's super, super talented. So way to go. And then looking at it from kind of these two angles, you can see there's this whole kind of like colonnade of like kind of tree vines and things like that kind of run through here as well, which is just so incredible. And then you can see the slime pit on the side. Now, we're not saying that Mattel is doing something this big for their extended Fright Zone, but they've got something else up their sleeve, and it's not just the vintage original alone, which is exciting, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. It's very exciting. Yeah, and this is just a concept of what they, Mattel could do with something like this. I agree with Angry Wookie Salads. It's good to see you again. He was on the live stream with Mr. Home Arcade too. But yeah, Bombstar is super gifted, and he often makes a lot of the concept figures that we feature in our article. In our articles, Mr. Home Arcade just happens to buy them and photograph them.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, I don't know how big Mr. Home Arcade's house is, but apparently he's got this
I mean, the
ginormous
basement, like
basement.
his MOTU areas are amazing.
If you figure the basement is almost the footprint of your house, sometimes it's slightly smaller because you know, it's not all like usable space depending on how the foundation is. It seems like the house above it's probably pretty big.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's awesome. But
Unfortunately, us in California, we don't get basements. We don't have basements because it doesn't get
no,
cold enough for basements.
no.
So I always wanted a basement just to have that cool extra space. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I wanted to circle back to a comment that's oh, here we go. It was Jinx Caliber, Walmart or Target. So from what our sources are saying, this is going to be I don't know if this is if it's going to hit retailer shelves, but it's definitely going to be on online retailer websites like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, so forth. So at least it's going to be there. And if it's a retailer, if it's a retail release, like Target and Walmart would be silly not to have this on the shelf.
Oh my God, I know. Like, could you imagine how incredible it would be? And so just as a reminder, this is what the vintage Fright Zone looks like. This is mine. So I love this playset, and I'm actually happy that it's a smaller, more compact playset because it doesn't take up a lot of room. It still has some cool play features, and I'm excited to hear what's going to happen with it, but like slightly bummed because I'm like I don't want like more big, you know, things that take up a ton of space because you know space is very valuable to all of us, but you know, getting something that maybe is like the Fright Zone with like a slime pit attached to it, that would be amazing. I just
If it,
I want the damn thing for the box alone. Like, look at this art, right?
yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, if the Fright Zone could fit on a Billy, like I'd be happy because like that's where my Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull live, and that's about as much room as I can afford for another playset right now.
Yeah, and I can't even afford that, so something's gonna have to vacate. But
Mattel doesn't give us someone sock puppet.
yes.
Oh my gosh, would that be fun if like I don't know if you get this reference if you watched the WWF back in the day. Mankind had this sock puppet called Socko, and so he would that's basically he would like put it on and he would do his finishing move by like shoving it down people's throats.
Oh my God! How?
I know, right?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I was gonna be like, that's my glass case, but the sock. But yeah, I mean that's just too funny. And the thing is, really like a sock puppet. It's kind of rubbery, but if you don't like fill it with something, it's quite flaccid, if you want to call it that. You know, mine's filled with tissue paper to keep it safe.
Yeah.
So hopefully they give us like a more solid snake like this rather than a puppet. And then with an articulated jaw would be great.
That would be fun.
That's wonderful.
Do you think we might get Hordax Mantis? Who knows? They're not really making extra creatures and vehicles anymore that we know of. So, I mean, it'd be fun to get Hordax Mantis, but no
it would. Flaccid snake.
we do know a lot of stuff, but we don't know about that one.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Oh, Wookie lost his bill.
Oh.
he was laughing.
But glad you could do it.
Flaccid snake.
No flaccid snake. Glad you could join us, Mr. Dave Chanelli. Usually just have the opening salvo of what have I missed, but sorry your leg was acting up again, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, the Fright Zone, yeah, we're really excited when we got this information. And it's funny because you know we got this from 3 different sources too. So it was it's actually really nice to get some stuff converging, and so you know it kind of makes it a reality. And then with Yotango El Poder also finding this in the Heyo database as another MOTU Origins place that's just kind of cemented the deal.
Absolutely. So I think you know it's going to be incredible, whatever it is. And sometimes I think some of the reports we get, because people aren't aware as much of things and how they describe it, because we have no photos. Maybe it's just an enlarger version of the original, but we're thinking that what we heard was that it was something more than the original one was. And again, this is all speculation until we actually see an official release from Mattel. But sure, isn't it fun to like
Yeah.
dream?
Oh my
Right?
God, totally.
And then we get to look at cool stuff like this.
Yeah, it's funny. The Rickster made a comment very early on in the stream, and I'm trying to go back to it. I don't know if I can find it, but he was like, "Why don't they release images of this stuff?" And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not going to kill them. And I think it would garner more excitement. I mean, it would probably put us a little bit out of business if they started doing that. But
I know, right? Don't give them any ideas.
no, right?
But you know what? Maybe I think they kind of, on one side of it, they appreciate what we do, because they probably put all this stuff out in the ether on purpose to get people excited. But then they have people like us that help like amplify it, and then make the excitement, and then make it more of a thing that gets the fans into it. So then when it actually does get released, they're gonna have that much more, fan buy-in, and like people are gonna really, really want to buy their product. So we're really doing them a service, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, totally. And sometimes we do research for them. Like in our polls, we predicted the winner of the crowdfund. So it's like, okay. It's like,
exactly.
Here we go. Highly so I wanted to make a comment about what we might be seeing, and we're actually going to do a huge like pregame show next week on all of the stuff that we've pulled together of what we know. And so just over the course of the last couple months, but we actually don't know what the timing is for most of these things. Like we know like wave designation sometimes, but we don't know when certain things will come out. So for example, when we got the news about Bo coming to the cartoon collection, we got that information a year and a month ahead of the early information that he was coming in a future wave coming soon. And so I think a lot of this stuff we might see either upcoming in March or at San Diego Comic-Con. So I don't know how they're going to be spacing this stuff out, because they have to leave stuff for the back half of the year for Comic-Con.
Absolutely. So I mean, I have an idea of something they will show at Comic-Con. But hopefully this is part of the revealed event, so we'll see.
Yeah, I hope
there's
so.
There's a lot in the queue. It would be cool if they had a puppet connected to a full body monster in the back.
That would be cool. There's so many cool things.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Like if it popped apart like a MOTU figure does, and it just had the little thing like this, so that you can that would be pretty cool too.
That would be neat. Yeah, there's so many things that they could do. Like, with all the part swappability of all the MOTU figures, it's like, why wouldn't they do something like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Or then it could be like He-Man's like chopping him, like sort of like the arm off of the guy in Star Wars. I cut the snake.
I know, right? Yes, hit that like button, everyone. There's almost 160 people who are watching this, so yeah, make sure you hit that like.
Yeah, we got a huge show for you guys today. We really, really do. And it's going to be a lot of fun. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
It is the tip, just the tip.
Just the tip. On that note, we're going to go ahead and transition into our next news story. But if you want to check this out a little further, be sure to head over to toyhabits.com and check out the Fright Zone playset, extended playset, ? Exclamation point article, because you never know. And then this will give you more details about what we know already on the actual release and everything. So
yeah,
be sure to
hope
check that out.
I hope they don't do a Snake Lair revamp for Comic-Con, because we already saw that last year. I don't want to see another version at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was guessing they may reveal again, because it's the bigger thing. But.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Masterverse news. And so this was interesting because we got this list from a few different people. So that was awesome that all the stuff is converging and lining up. So
Yeah.
so hopefully we'll see, you know, either some of these or all of these revealed on March 6th. But we got information that they're bringing Ninjor, Terraclaw, Skeletor, and what they're calling a gold label. I was going to call it gold label Barbie, but no, it's gold label She-Ra. But I wanted to give a special shout out to Collector Phil, if he is still in the chat. He took the time to email us at our Gmail account, and you know, I didn't have time to write you back, and I apologize for that, but he was saying, you know, kind of like what our article was suggesting, could it mean that She-Ra could be a limited edition like Barbie style doll? Because he was saying that gold label was used as in the Barbie line for years by Mattel. And so the gold label Barbie dolls were produced in quantities of less than 25,000 worldwide. And I think they had the silver label Barbie dolls were produced in quantities of less than 50,000. So there's a lot of, you know, we haven't seen these figures. And so we often use their 7-inch classics counterparts as stand-ins or other figures that we find.
And on that note, if you look back at the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it is in the article there, it was an 11-inch, there it is, She-Ra doll with rooted hair and an Adora outfit, and she had a swappable She-Ra outfit, so she was either in her Filmation look or in her vintage figure dress, which is awesome. And then she came with accessories to give her both looks, and obviously, you know, Adora with all her boots and everything. And it came in an incredible box. So could they be thinking of doing something akin to this? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? And you know, they have to do something different than the first release of the Masterverse She-Ra. So you know, it's and also all of these figures are new Eternia, so they're going to look a little different, and they're going to have different features than your standard Masterverse figure or classics figure for that.
Absolutely. The Starburst version was incredible. I actually have it right here. I'm not going to grab it out right now. It's dig up on my shelf. Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, it's interesting. And so like a lot of these times we're just given the names of these characters, and we may or may not be given what wave they're in. We were given wave designations by a couple folks this time. And so, yeah, it's interesting to see what they're going to do with the new Eternia She-Ra. I really hope that they do something really different with her. And yeah, the gold label is going to be super interesting.
It absolutely will. I am so excited about this one because it is Masterverse. It'll be the much more detailed, larger scale of She-Ra, and they've been doing incredible work. Because could you imagine if we got something cool like this?
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, go at it, Mattel, and give us like a nice pink classic packaging. That would be so cool.
That's really cool. I wanted to plus in Vexen Toys' comment, and we can move on to Ninjor. And of course, we're using, you know, the classics versions. He's saying it sounds like Ninjor might have multiple masks, nunchucks, and swords. That's awesome. I mean, it's kind of like if you think about the new Eternia Jitsu and how they made a mask for him. You know, the ninjas are ripe for masks and other accessories and things like that.
Absolutely. And this is the perfect figure to do that with. So if we take a look at the classics version here, you can see he's got both different heads and you know, that kind of added accessories. There's that kind of gold rope for a belt that he's wearing, and he looks awesome. So if we get anything half as nice as this, and would it be kind of cool if they did like a soft goods gi rather than like a plastic one, kind of like the
that would be
figure?
Amazing. Yeah,
that would be awesome. I doubt they will, but I'm just dreaming.
Yeah, I mean they gave us a soft goods one for the Origins figure, so it's like why not, right?
Yeah. So let's do it.
Angry Wookie Sound says Ninjor is underrated, and it's funny because I don't like ninjas in my G.I. Joe canon and lore, but I'm okay with ninjas in Masters of the Universe.
So what did I say in my article here about Ninjor? I said Michael doesn't really enjoy ninjas, and this is the one exception.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually called you out on that. That was
right.
great.
You know me so well.
I do.
Yeah. So yeah, also too, if anyone has thoughts on like what would be cool additions for these figures, just throw it into the chat too. We're happy to entertain those ideas as well. But yeah, Ninjor is going to look cool. And then who was I'm blanking now, the white ninja counterpart?
Samurai.
Samurai, right. So if they're going to make a Ninjor, we're probably going to get a Samurai, right?
Yeah, here, I'll grab him.
He's in your Eternia display. Oh yeah, there he is.
Oh yeah, he was hanging on the chain of the snake.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool.
So yeah, we could totally probably see a Samurai.
Absolutely, which that would be so awesome. I love this figure. Like I like his bright white colors with the kind of cool teal blue. It just looks so good.
Yeah,
so, that'd be awesome.
And then another cool one. So we got Flying Fist He-Man recently in New Eternia, and we're using Terraclaw Skeletor stand-in from Masterverse, but gosh, what the heck could they do to New Eternia or New Eternia rise Terraclaw Skeletor?
They can make his little dragon claw guy like pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
The little snapping dude. Maybe they do something to articulate his like actual terror claws.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be kind of neat instead of them just being one big static piece.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe they do something with like akin to like Rio Blast, right? I mean, he's got machinery and tubes and everything, and it would be so cool to see a version of Terraclaw Skeletor that was like, how the heck do these things operate, right? It needs like a piston or a mechanism for the claws to operate. It'd be kind of cool to see if they would do something like that, right?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Bendy grabby fingers.
That's right. Yeah, could maybe have them be like articulated.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
That's all right. Eric P could have the Terraclaws techno grafted to his arms. That would be really neat. Let's see.
No, that's good.
Vac metal claws would be awesome. Terraclaws.
Go ahead.
Actual swappable arms instead of clip-on accessories. That's an interesting concept. That'd be neat. That would be awesome. Yeah. You'd think, what is it? Flying Fist He-Man and Terraclaw Skeletor for some reason always go together. So it's like, of course, this would come out, pretty soon.
And I stated this such in the article too. I'm like, well, we got Flying Fist He-Man. We're going to get Terraclaw Skeletor. They always follow together. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Really well, what I was going to say is we also need Dragon Blaster Skeletor.
Oh my gosh, that would be freaking cool. New Eternia Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Holy crap.
Yeah, because we got Thunder Punch He-Man. So where the hell is our Dragon Blaster Skeletor?
Giraffe says he needs a suggestive codpiece like New Eternia Flying Fist He-Man had. All right. You got to protect them family jewels somehow, right? Well, wait. Does Skeletor have family jewels? He's a skeleton.
I don't know.
He's just a bony face. All right. He's got bones other places. I'm just going to leave it there.
You make me think of like fish and chips.
I know, right? The cod piece. Yeah. Crop top Skelly. Yeah. He needs like a cool crop top. That's like, why the heck did they give him a crop top anyway?
I feel like instead of Terraclaws, he should have like pom-poms.
Yeah.
Like in a cheerleader outfit.
That's hilarious.
Rah, evil warriors.
Yes, there we go. Let's see. We got Vexen Toys. Terraclaw Skeletor with some sort of translucent helmet visor. Okay, no white dragon. That's interesting. Claws plug into wrist holes after removing standard hands. Also some cool looking gauntlets and cables. This would be like my version of what Terraclaw Skeletor could be like. I never understood the point of that white dragon weapon or like used it. I'm like, if they don't include that, I won't be sad. But
no, it's kind of an annoying thing, actually, if you ask me. It's like flappy, like
Yeah, this is what I had in mind of like what a new Eternia version could look like. Cause like I always like to see how like the mechanics of things work. And so like that's why I like some of the Mondo stuff that they did with Trapjaw. They had like that working piston and they can actually
Yeah.
show some of the working parts. So I think that'd be really interesting, Vex, if your thoughts come to fruition for Terraclaw Skeletor. I think that'd be fun.
There you go.
All right, so that was what the info we got for wave 17. So we're going to move on to wave number 18. And so I don't know if this stuff will be shown in March 6th or if they're going to hold some stuff back, but the wave 18 Masterverse New Eternia assortment is supposed to come with a new version of Tila, a new version of Hordak, and the first time ever in Masterverse, a Snake Man, which is awesome, Cobra Khan.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any Snake Men in Masterverse. I mean, I guess we're not done with the Snake Men, so we got more to come on this line. So we got our fill of Snake Men and Origins, and now they're going to start invading Masterverse.
Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. And I knew we would start getting these comments. Another Hordak.
Yes.
Yeah,
another Hordak.
So, but yes, Mr. Toy Hole himself, Hal Jordan, Snake Man, finally coming to Masterverse. Sorry, I had to put my Dwayne the Rock Johnson voice on there.
There you go. Yeah, but Cobra Khan's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I mean it's an exciting wave, and like actually having Tila in the new Eternia-ized version of her, that actually knocks off all of the first 8 figures that appeared first in the Masters of the Universe vintage line. So I mean that's something that I was just keeping track of just for fun. I was like, when's Tila coming? When's Tila coming?
You know what would have been exciting is if she was a vintage collection figure.
Yes, and I'm sure that they're going to make her for the vintage collection.
Yeah, but I'm sure this one's probably going to be new Eternia, and then they'll come back with the vintage collection figure. But I'm just loving like what they're doing with that line. So, here's hoping.
Yes.
That Cobra Khan figure for classics is actually really expensive and very hard to get a hold of. So, the fact that they're going to be remaking him for Masterverse is super exciting. That's one that I don't have in my classics collection. So, be super excited to get him in Masterverse.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with him, because in the Masterverse line he came with an alternate head too, which had the huge Cobra hood, which was awesome.
And then we can get his alter ego as well. So great.
Yes, totally. Yeah. So yeah, it'd be and I think there's ways that they could new Eternia, make this a new Eternia version. We did get in the Origins version some spitting effects and stuff like that. So I don't know if they'll and they did do some blast effects for Hordak, if I'm not mistaken, and so they could very well make some more effects for Cobra Khan too.
And hopefully he comes with both heads. I hope they don't like hold off on the hooded head for Camo Khan, but I'd buy both of them in any case.
So this will be a super cool figure to get, because it's going to be the first like example that we're get of what they're going to do with the Snake Men in New Eternia. So I can't imagine that they're going to stop at Cobra Khan, and hopefully they'll make others like Squeeze, and oh my gosh, my favorite one, which I am Snake Face. I think that's one of my favorite Snake Men. I want to see what they might do with that one. It'd be fun.
I can't imagine with all the little removable snakes that pop out in and out of him.
Yes. So let's see if anybody has any thoughts about. Let's see. Seems like Vex and Toys has some cool thoughts. Cobra Khan will have a removable hood. Interesting. So, in this version, they took care of the hood with an alternate head, and so maybe they have some way of integrating. That's an interesting, cool design choice of just having a way to integrate the hood.
Is it going to be like a la all the Serpentor or something like that, with like the
Maybe.
thing behind him.
Yeah, and I hope it's a much better like fit and it looks a little more natural than Serpentor, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that would be really cool. Let's see. He also says claw hands, a mace, and a blaster. Yeah, so it's like different accessories he could come with, and different style hands too would be interesting. Does he spray water? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if they made any of them spray water, it would have been the Origins one, but
Yeah.
unfortunately they didn't.
Yes.
I guess buy yourself a $10 vintage one and go have fun with it.
Right, right.
Because that's a little squirt bottle right there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then the Hordak is interesting because they've done a lot with Hordak lately. They've released him for Masterverse. They've also released him a few times for Origins and also Turtles of Grayskull. So there's a lot of ideas that can be swirled around for like what a new Eternia Hordak could look like as well.
Yeah, so, totally agree. Do something cool with his cape or wings or his horde armor, like you have this sample here, which looks really great.
Yes, and yeah, this custom it's I need to go actually back down through the article just to Medosa Customs made this one. So yeah, it's probably not going to look like this, but I like the paint style and just how premium this figure looks.
Yeah. And the cape, the soft goods cape, feels really premium, and you can tell there's it's a wired cape, so that allows that extra set of posability and display, which is great.
Yes, we did already get a blue Masterverse one. All right, so Vexen Toys is coming in hot instead of a cape. How about translucent red wings, an arm cannon, and a staff? Look at that.
There you
go. So, I mean, right there, like if they didn't make Hordak with a cape, I would seriously be happy. So like this is the Turtles of Grayskull version, and this picture was from one of Mr. Home Arcade's diorama shots. And yeah, they've made wings, but they're they might not look like this, but having wings on a Hordak would look pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. So well, we have yet to see what they'll do with him, but I'm sure he's going to be pretty awesome.
Yes. All right. Let's see. I think that was it for the Masterverse info that we got. And then, so let's move on to some Origin stuff. So funny story about these Vultak carded images that came out this morning. It's funny. So I get a text last night from Mr. Home Arcade, and he texted me these exact pictures and says, "Hey, I bought this figure. I want to do a review on it, so don't post these images." And of course, he bought it on a public website, and so it was about 5:30 in the morning. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We forgot to mention Tila in all of this. Sorry. Okay. I totally forgot and moved on too fast.
No, you're okay.
Thank you, Vex, for reminding me. So going back to Tila with a removable snake armor, shield, snake staff, and spear. Apparently, she looks very good. Okay, so it looks like Vex might have some information that he might be letting on. So but thank you, Vex. So yeah, Tila with a removable snake armor, shield, and a snake staff and spear, I think would be amazing. I think this would kind of do her up really, really well for the new Eternia line.
This comment from Corey here makes me a little curious. I don't know if Corey's joking around. Corey says, "I work for Mattel and we're working on an Origins Silverhawks, late 2025 to early 2026. Are you trying to start the rumor mill, Corey?" I don't know, but that was an interesting comment.
See, Christopher says Tila in New Eternia Comics was the battleground. Bikini Tila, it'd be interesting to see if they go that route, especially at retail, maybe removable gear. So that's pretty cool. All right. All right. Now, all right, let's continue the Vultak story. And so I've been waking up at some crazy hours, like 3:30, 4 in the morning. And so I'm often, either working on the website that early in the morning or just looking on Instagram. And then I think I popped open Instagram at like 5:30 in the morning, and this was all over Instagram and Facebook. So I texted Mr. Home Arcade and I was like, dude, the cat's out of the bag. I'm just going to publish these pictures already. And, so we just did that. So the cool thing is Mr. Home Arcade sends us in-hand images of all the stuff that he gets early. And so we're going to get in-hand images of Vultak when he gets this probably the next couple days. But it's really cool to see what they're doing with Vultak, because we saw this in the Mattel booth at San Diego Comic-Con, and he was designated as a Mattel Creations exclusive at that time. And it's actually coming to fruition because somebody from the Mattel warehouse accidentally shipped somebody a Vultak when they were supposed to ship them Rio Blast.
Yeah.
That's crazy, like how this came about.
It was funny because I was like, I have 2 Rio Blast boxes here I haven't opened. Maybe one's a Vultak. I was kidding around.
Yeah. So I know it's funny. I ordered 3 of them, and I right in the morning, I still hadn't opened the box, and I was like rifling through, and I was like, wait, did I get one too? No.
Exactly. See, look at that, Corey. You already started a rumor mill. I know, but and then I looked at, like, I didn't open them, but like the little icon has a Rio Blast on it. But I wonder if there's maybe a wrong figure inside. You never know. Did you actually open it?
That's true. But the box had the Vultak stuff on the.
Oh, okay. So then that's not a mistake. That's fine.
No. Did they just grab? I mean, so this must be the next figure that's coming out from Mattel Creations, because if somebody could grab it from a warehouse and throw it in a box, it's all ready to go.
It's already in the warehouse. And you know how fast Rio Blast has been shipping. He was like, pew, pew, pew. He's like shooting out of the warehouse like the next day.
Yeah, well, Rio Blast, for some it shipped really fast, and for some reason it's like shipped really slow for other people, which was weird.
Yeah.
But, the cool thing,
I think I got like my shipping notice like the same afternoon or something ridiculous. Like I remember it.
That's cool. The cool thing about getting to see this early is we get to see the card art and all of the goodness that Roy and team and the designers at Mattel have been working on. So it's kind of cool. We see it's an homage to the Zoo Story episode, and that's actually a funny episode. And I think somebody mentioned in the comments that Vultak like creeps them out, and he's a pretty creepy. Of course it was Rickster. He's a creepy
out too, actually.
Dude. He's got these little robots called Zootron robots that do his bidding, and we can see She-Ra and Bo, another tease for Bo, and we can see a little Cowl in the little jail cell, so he's caught in Vultak Zoo.
Oh my god, we have to get Cowl. Like, come on.
He's so cute.
Give us a 3-pack.
I know, right? Yeah. That'll show up on Instagram again, right? Somebody made a custom 3-pack of of those. But it was cool to see this pop up, and it was actually fun to see these last night when Mr. Home Arcade texted them to me, and I was like, I can't do anything with these right now because he told me not to. And that's just a thing that we do. If somebody asks us not to like dish any information that they give us yet, oftentimes we're sitting on stuff for either weeks and months before we actually let it out to the public. And so sometimes we need secondary and tertiary confirmations of things just so we know that we're doing everybody right and releasing good information. So that's just a little bit about how we work on the back end. We don't sell anyone out, and we are trying to be as credible as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, there was a 4-pack announced, and we're going to talk about that.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Is Lord Hoagie, is it that bad that I've never heard of Vultak? If you haven't watched or if you don't remember the Princess of Power She-Ra Filmation cartoon, then you won't recognize or remember Vultak or hear of him. But anyway, he's the first single-carded cartoon collection figure. We had the cartoon collection Too Bad that was a Mattel Creations exclusive. So
wishing Brian Woodruff a very happy birthday. And he got MOTU
happy
toys for his
birthday.
birthday.
All right.
Happy birthday, Brian. That's awesome.
That is cool. All right. So that's fun. So we
Like a
should
one-shot villain. One-shot. What is it? A one-hit wonder?
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Just
I
like
guess
that.
so. I guess because like Mossman, I think only was in like one episode too, or like one or two.
Yeah.
It's like some of these characters, they stick with you for a long time and they're so meaningful, but they only appeared in like one thing.
Yeah. I mean, typical of the 80s one-hit wonders.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, so that is Cartoon Collection Vultak, and then so interestingly enough, we got information early too before Yo Tango El Portero even announced this stuff that we were sitting on, because the person who told us this information asked us to keep this close to the chest. And so when Yo Tango El Poder found these listings in the Heyo database, like all bets were off then. And so it is confirmed that they're actually continuing the Sketchbook series, and Spikor and Cyclone are two of the figures that they are talking about. Whether that will come in a 2-pack or not remains to be seen, or if they might do a single carded version would be interesting to see. But
give me coffee. Yeah. No, you're good. It's funny because Spikor kind of has a pig-like face if you look at him.
Yeah.
Originally, which maybe they got that from like, I don't know when he was designed, but when did Pigman come out from Olmec Toys in the Sunman line?
Oh yeah,
he has a very Pigman-like face, doesn't he?
Oh, he totally does. Yeah, and so yeah, these are I have a book called The Power and the Honor Foundation, and these are where these concepts are coming from.
Of course, I just happen to have them like.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
But yeah, Pighead. My apologies. Yeah. But yeah, he totally looks like him. His face without the tusks, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Tail on Spikor does seem cool. And then let's see. Oh, Extendar, he was saying 2 Cyclones or 1 Cyclone. So the reason why I have 2 Cyclones here is in this Power and the Honor Foundation, they actually have 2 versions of Cyclone that they had concept art for. So I don't know which one they would pick. I hope they pick the more yellow one, because I think he just looks more classic.
Yeah.
But
he looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get the other pack, the first pack that came out. But this one I might consider, because I think Cyclone looks pretty cool. We'll see what the Spikor looks like, but maybe I'll keep one until the other. We'll see. I'm trying. I haven't been like digging too much so far the sketch series as far as the first ones, because I just couldn't get into that funky Grizzlor and Hordak. But Cyclone would be really cool.
Yeah, I just love the art that's on here and stuff like that. I love what they're doing with the Sketchbook series in general.
Let's see. Show it to us. Oh, the art's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's I'm like, what are we looking at? Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
the art looks amazing. Yeah. And the box is really cool though, because it's like I love the black and white, look of it. So if they start doing some cooler looking characters, I'll dive in.
Yeah, Studio Henge Kenton. Yeah, I love the Sketchbook figures as well. Yeah, I definitely want to pick up all the line, because I think of them as like the bizarro alternate universe of what Masters of the Universe could have been if they actually just went with these.
Yeah, that is so true. It's like one of my all-time favorites. That's awesome.
Yes.
He had a goatee.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so these ones, all we know is names, and all we can do is pull from the concepts that we see online, like, on the Battle Round blog, for example, or in the book that we have, the Power and the Honor Foundation. So it's funny, I was working on a future Sketchbook series article when this info came out, and I was like, well, guess I'm pulling Cyclone and Spikor out of that and putting him in this one.
Exactly.
That's a good question, Justin. So he was asking how many sketchbook characters can they do? They can actually do quite a bit. I was thumbing through all the pages, and there are some crazy characters in there that they were thinking of, for these concepts. One cool one was Cobra Khan, and it was basically He-Man in a hood, like a hooded cobra outfit.
Pretty freaking funny.
Yeah, so like one of these episodes, we'll bring back some more of like the concepts, and we could take a look at like what future concepts the Sketchbook series could do, because there's some kooky things. Like Buzz Off looked like a meld of like a bee and He-Man too, so it was like really weird.
That's hilarious. It's funny because Toy Monkey Customs makes a really good point, because he was a little disappointed, saying he wanted like Wrap Trap, Toxoid, Stretch Neck, and so on. So those are kind of like the ones that were more fleshed out, and really kind of went with like what the other Snake Man looked like, but they were never produced. But those could be incredible figures for the line, just to meld them in with the Snake Man series. But you're absolutely right; they were, started in like just as a form of a sketch. So those would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's crazy. Like this whole book like gives me nightmares sometimes, because like they have also just like sketches of these characters like eating other characters, and they're just like weird little monsters, and I was like, oh, it's crazy. Fun. It's a fun book to have, but it's really expensive to buy on the secondary market. But I'm glad I have it. Yes, it's definitely a must-have. I'm so glad. I think I paid like over $100 for it, but I'm glad that I have it.
It's totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Totally. So that is the Sketchbook series stuff, and we got some interesting tidbits moving back to Masterverse. Sorry about that, but not going to spend too much time on this, but we saw Blade revealed at Comic-Con just as a digital render, and so we got some news that he's actually coming in spring of 2025. So not too much longer that we need to wait for Blade.
Yeah, another couple of short months, and he should be here.
Yes.
So can't wait to see what he looks like. And I hope they do something cool with his like little chainmail like things on his outfit.
It'd be interesting to see like how the digital render that they showed, like how that actually makes it into plastic. Like,
exactly.
Sometimes they change stuff, sometimes they don't. Sometimes like characters will get a better head sculpt, or they'll get a dimple. They'll get a cleft chin when they didn't have one in their prototype.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be cool. And of course, this is just continuing all of the movie He-Man, or the Master of the Universe movie figures. So
yes.
We might I don't know.
Angry Wookie Sounds wants Sarod. He's crying because there's no Sarod yet. So
yeah.
All right.
Masterverse is allowed the movie figures, but not Origins. It's very interesting.
Yeah, so that is the news that we have on the update with Blade. And I'm sure, given that he's coming out in spring, which is only, a month and a half away, or less than, no, spring is in March, but I think this one's due out sometime in April.
April-ish. The word we got was April, but you know what? I used spring because I'm like, I don't want to be blamed for it being a little late. So it's springtime. It's what we use in work too. We always do things by like quarters in case, we get a little behind on something. So then we're not tied to an exact date.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so that's the little update on Blade. And then, all right, going back to, I'm all over the place. All right, going back to Masters of the Universe Origins, Yotango El Poder posted this the same day that he posted the Sketchbook series, Cyclone and Spikor. There is a Masters of the Universe Origins 3-pack coming. We have zero idea what this could be. you know, he had included a picture, like how cool would it be to get some like cool looking like horde or little army builders from the cartoon. I thought that would be neat. But you know, also they did release those 3-packs in the vintage line. So again, we have no idea what this could be, but it's coming.
I mean, I would love it if they kind of use this as an opportunity, maybe to release some of the harder to find original Origins figures instead of like the fan favorites, and did it in something like that, like a little Evil Warriors pack or a Heroic Warriors pack. Because how cool would that be just to have that to keep on card if you already own, you know, the figure? So those would be pretty neat packaging to have.
Yes. Oh, hey, Kenzo. Sorry, until I missed him on screen.
Yeah, I like wave. Hello, Kenzo.
Thank you. But yes, Angry Wookiee Sounds army builders are definitely needed. So yeah, I mean, there's really not a ton to go on here. It's just that, hey, there was a listing found. It actually has a number designation to it. And so we were just thinking, okay, it could be cool to see horde characters from the Filmation series. But then, you know, they did release these gift packs back in the day with like Heroic Warriors and Evil Warriors. And so, you know, they're not doing those fan favorite figures anymore. Like, could they just shove some fan favorite stuff that, yeah, there you go.
That would be super, super cool. And that gives them an opportunity to do incredible artwork on the back and make the actual, you know, front flap of the packaging look great. And remember what they did with the Sunman, you know, Rulers of the Sun 3-packs and stuff like that. I mean, those look great. So
yeah,
if we can get something close to that, I'd be stoked.
That would be very, very cool. Yeah, so that's I mean, that's really all the info we have on that one. And then we've heard this from a couple sources already, that there is a Battle for Eternia 4-pack that is coming. And what we've heard so far is it's going to be an army builder pack that has a figure from each faction. So one figure from Heroic Warriors, one from Evil Warriors, one from the Horde, and one from the Snake Men. Who they're going to choose to throw in there, we have zero idea.
No, none whatsoever. And Eric asked a good question. Was that 3-pack cartoon or Origins? I think it was regular Origins, right?
It was designated as regular Origins. So yeah, we'll see.
Could you imagine Queen Marlena, King Randor, and then maybe like Orko or something like that in a 3-pack? Like, that would be really cool. Or Prince Adam. They might do like a family. How cool would that be? A little family pack.
That would be
like,
cool.
Do fun stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm giving you good ideas.
This is cool. Yeah, if you guys have ideas for like what could go in these packs, yeah, we're totally happy to talk about it and show it. Yeah, what about this one?
Yeah, Horde, Raph, Skelecon, Classics, Snake Warrior. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Black female, black or female Palace Guard. I think those would be amazing. It's like, I don't want this simply to be a repack of, it's like, hey, let's throw in an Eternian Palace Guard from that 2-pack that came out, or let's throw in another Horde trooper, or let's throw in one of the Snake Men from that, whatever, that Snake 4-pack that we got.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad. I like Mint with Cards suggesting King Randor, Queen Marlena, and then Chef Allen.
Oh my gosh.
That would be right? Awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be so freaking cool.
That would be freaking cool. I love that. Good idea. Let's see what else. Neil Hunter Hyde says Randor, Marlena, and Adora. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So put the family back together.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, there's so many cool things that they could do. Like, I hope they just don't, like, you know, cheese out and just go the route of like, oh, we've have these bucks made and these figures made, let's just repackage them and call it Battle for Eternia.
Yeah, I know, right? Origins Molar.
Yeah,
there's so many cool things that they could do with this, but I love the mixing of 3-packs and 4-packs. It makes it more exciting that way. So
yes. Oh, you know what? I hope somebody just sent me something, and I hope it's still available to see. It is. Oh shoot, it's not. All right, it's sold out. So apparently Paul Mart. Sorry, I was looking, somebody DM me on Instagram.
Mm.
Let me just save this image and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it somewhere. But he put up the exclusive King Hiss figure from Turtles of Grayskull, and there's a picture of what the box looks like, and I was like, oh my god, that's so freaking cool. So
That's awesome.
let me just get that ready. Sorry, I'm like, again,
No,
all over
no.
the place, but hey,
While you're doing that, are we done with the Battle for Eternia? I can load up our next article if you
yeah,
want to.
go for it. Yeah, go for it. I will. Yeah, I'm gonna get this in a place where people can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me.
So I think we're gonna switch gears now from MOTU to DC stuff because we have a bit of DC news. So today from McFarlane, Batman 89 went up for pre-order. So this is a really cool single release of the Michael Keaton Batman from the 89 movie. And he looks really, really awesome. Now, there's some nice Dio shots of him here. But what's different about him, so you're thinking that they've released this figure once or twice before, and I actually have some items here to display. So this is the Batman that came with the 89 Batmobile. And it was released the second time without the grayed out canopy that was actually corrected. And they have also released Batman 89 again in that larger pack, like the movie pack, that had a whole bunch of other Batmans from like Batman Forever, and Batman Returns, and all of those. So this is actually, I think, this probably the same Batman that's being released here, but you can see like he's got a yellow emblem and a more gold looking belt. I had one driving the car inside and then the other one out, but that's why I have two Batmans. But neither one of these came with any accessories, and also the cape is just kind of like a cheap cloth. So what you can see that they've improved this quite a bit, because not only do you get a cool single carded Batman if you didn't buy the ginormous set of like 6 or 9 figures, I forget how many come in there, and then the big Batmobile, you can buy Batman for $22.99 by himself, but he's got a really cool cape. He's got like these little poles that you can slip in there, so you can do his famous little thing where he sprawls out like they look like bat wings, which is awesome. And then he comes with all of these wonderful accessories, like his little grappling gun, his little communicator, a bunch of extra hands, and these like little throwing stars. So we didn't get any accessories with these Batmans that were packed in the other one. And he sold out in a matter of like 2 hours. So he was still up on a couple websites. We rounded them up for you in this article. So he was still in stock at Best Buy, McFarlane Toy Store, GameStop, and then there was like a case pack at Entertainment Earth, but he instantly sold out on Amazon, Entertainment Earth, single released pack, and BBTS. So if you're still looking for him, we've got links to everything on this article. But this is going to be a really cool Batman. If you're a Batman 89, a Keaton Batman fan, you got to get him. And look at all those wonderful toys. So this one's really nice. And I don't even know, they might have, because they did improve his cape, they might have even improved his face sculpt, because see like all the detail that's in there. And it's hard for me to get this one up on the screen too well, but I think they've given it like some more definition. And I think it looks a bit sharper. It's just hard for me to get them to focus. Hold on. Yeah. See that? I mean, he looks pretty good. I think the new one they made like has a better head sculpt even. So they've been improving this because he's from like last year. But yeah, so that new movie Batman is awesome. So if you want to try and get your hands on him, but he's selling out super fast. So this is a pretty cool, and you get he's got his Batarang and everything. So
that's awesome.
Really nice.
I love that movie too. So it was fun to see all the quotes come in from there.
I ordered this one, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with the extras. I mean, we'll do something with it. But anyway, so very cool news for any Batman 89 fans, and kind of continuing on DC stuff. We got a surprise here with the Sea Saucer and the multi-craft from Superpowers. These were all part of that McFarlane drawing board kind of crowdfund project. But then McFarlane surprised us and threw it on all these websites for pre-order. Does his head move left and right? It absolutely does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally separate from the rest of his cowl. So he can look around. It's not stiff. I know in the movie he was, because he had the whole cowl thing. But so these are actually pretty cool vehicles. And if you didn't check out our in-hand image article on these, we did do an article and they look amazing. I'm just going to pull it up real fast, but they're pretty cool vehicles for superpowers. They're very inexpensively priced, and you can fit 2 figures in here, so Batman and Robin can sit in the plane, which is awesome, in the jet plane, and then Black Manta sits in his little sea saucer. I don't know if they're going to release these figures because those were part of that crowd fund, but and they look incredible. And I mean, a little surprise I have here, I actually have them all in hand. I've got the boxes, I just haven't opened them yet. But here is the sea saucer. And a neat thing that no one has seen, and we'll open it up for the end of the show. There is actually, I can just open it up now. Here's the scissors. There's a little Easter egg on the sea saucer that no one had noticed, and that they packed in here. It's in pieces, but that's okay. We'll show you. There was something, a cool Easter egg on the cockpit that wasn't advertised, and I thought it was like the coolest thing. So I'm going to show you guys all here on the air that McFarlane threw in, because I don't think there were photographs of the cockpit ever shown. But does this thing just pop open, or? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to open the cockpit. Oh, you press the little button. Okay, so here is the cockpit. I'm going to try and get this on camera, but can you guys see? There's an image on the little display screen in the cockpit, and that is Aquaman on his jet ski in the water that Black Manta is looking at. Can you see that? How cool is that? From the Super Friends cartoon.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they hid that in there, and there hasn't been photographs of that. But I thought that was the neatest thing. And then it's got this cool, like all these buttons on his display panel. There you go. You can see it better there. That's freaking awesome.
Oh, that's very cool.
They did a really cool job on that. And then I do have the rest of them here, but we can look at these when we do the toy hauls. I got, the multi-craft and then the actual figures. Very cool looking. So this is just they're all repaints, but you got Aquaman with his little black shorts, and he actually has black boots as well, kind of a brighter color for Aquaman. And then this is a really cool repaint of the Tim Drake Robin, but he doesn't have green pants now. He actually has his little shorts and bare legs like he should, and he's got a double colored cape, so it's black on the inside and yellow on the outside. You can see that. So that's a cool version of Robin. And here's a cool version of Batman. So he is a little bit darker gray, and he also has black on the inside of his cape and then blue on the outside of his cape. Sounds really cool. And then we've got a recolor of Black Manta, and apparently the first Black Manta goes for a ton on the aftermarket. So this one's like a little bit, nicer blue colors. It's got a much more interesting paint scheme on him. So those are pretty neat to get. I like them. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. So that was Superpowers news for that. But the other thing that also happened was we discovered some new Amazon listings for the next upcoming wave of Superpowers figures, and they are going to be themed after the new Superman movie that's coming out from James Gunn. So there's a brand new Superman movie coming out, and he has his little dog in the movie with him, which is really cool. And so there's this is according to this leak list that we got several months back. It coincides with the Amazon listings that we found, so you can see him with his dog here, which is awesome. And the listings that we found were, so this is the leak list here. but the Amazon listings are very, very intriguing because it's a 5-pack from Superpowers, multi 5-pack from Superman the movie. So it's a bundle and it's a gold label. So these are probably going to be like maybe exclusive to Amazon or something special about them that you won't get in regular retail. So be sure, if you're interested, bookmark this because Superpowers figures go super fast. And we also found a listing for a new vehicle, which is going to be a T-Craft. And we don't know what the T-Craft is. I have no idea. And it's going to come with a Mr. Terrific character, which is this guy over here. So that's going to be really interesting. So we know that that means there's already several items that were listed on this leak list that pretty much confirms what we're seeing here. And there was a lot of like Superman movie figures listed on it. So
cool.
Exciting news. Be sure to check out this article and bookmark those Amazon listings because those are going to be really, really awesome to get. Okay, what do you want to lead on next? I have a few things also to go over, but I don't know if you had.
Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. Oops, this is what I wanted to show earlier. Somebody had DM'd this to me, but apparently it's not on the site. But this is the first look at the actual like figure and packaging for that King Hiss foot soldier that's coming out as a Walmart exclusive. So I just thought that was really neat. I was like, okay, we gotta do it live. We gotta show it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we saw this was another one that we saw at SDCC, and so yeah, it was funny because we didn't see like I forget if we didn't see the foot soldier. I think on they had like this version today, and then they put him on the foot soldier the other day, and just didn't see it. But it's cool. That's going to be a neat figure.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And, you know, they've integrated the snakes into the Turtles of Grayskull packaging as well, which is incredible.
Giraffe. Oh, yeah, that's it. Give me that King Hiss goodness.
There you go.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, I tried to look on Paul Mart's website, but he does not have it anymore. He does have the Vintage Collection Masterverse Skeletor figure up for sale still. So if you want to grab that, it's pretty pricey, but if you want them early, then
might as well, or don't want to get it canceled by Walmart. Hello to the Baroness of Toys. Thank you for joining us. You're gonna have to go back and rewind because we had a pretty awesome show before you jumped on. So good to see you in the chat. And there was another comment here that cracks me up by Dave Chanelli. Toys R Us just needs Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog to complete her collection. Absolutely. I adored the Super Friends. It was my favorite cartoon growing up. And I still have my pillowcase with all of them on there, including Wendy and Marvin and Wonder Dog.
That's funny. Mitten with Card, as far as we know, this is the end of the Turtles of Grayskull line. After this, whatever they choose to do beyond that, we have zero idea. I don't think they could maintain a Turtles and a Thundercats crossover at the same time. So I'm guessing that they're just cutting this one off. I mean, the mini comic pretty much ends the story anyway, and they're going to move on. So I just wanted to touch upon just two more things. Just with Buzz-Off's card art, it does tease a cartoon collection version of Cobra Khan and Mechanic. So super excited about those two figures potentially making it to the line. So yeah, those were fun. I was wondering why we hadn't seen Buzz-Off's card art when we had, like I think Big Bad Toy Store had uploaded Invisible Skeletors and Frostas, but like nobody had Buzz-Off's card back, and so I was like, okay, that's probably why they were holding it back.
They were holding it back, exactly. But that's so cool. I ordered 2 of these Buzz-Offs because it's one of them I definitely want to keep carded because he's one of my favorite figures, and he just looks so great on there. But the card out is going to be incredible on the back of that.
Yeah, it's funny. I forgot how annoying his voice was in the Filmation cartoon. When I started
so watching, right?
watching this episode to see if I could get some pictures from it, and which I did, and I was like, oh my god, like his voice was so freaking
it was like it like grated your nerves, like shut up.
Oh, interesting. Michael Miller, they just announced the TMNT MOTU comic is continuing. Fingers crossed if the toys do as well. It's interesting. That would be pretty cool.
That would be
I love the TMNT MOTU crossovers. So,
yeah.
and then just a little bit of WWE Superstars news because it is MOTU related. They use the figure bucks, the Great Muta, and is the only figure that we know of that's coming to Series 14 at the moment. So, Action Figure Attack, who's the brand manager for the WWE Mattel brand, released a Instagram reel, and you can see the pictures of the Great Muta on the website. I took a bunch of screenshots from that reel that he did. So it's going to come with a lot of cool stuff. A lot of, he's going to be the Chase variant, so he'll have different paint versions and stuff like that, but comes with a lot of stuff. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. His little like fire or blast of breathing effect or whatever it is, he's like spitting out
green mist. But
yes, the green mist.
It's very cool. But yeah. All right. So yeah, that was a great Muta. You could check out the pics on the website if you are so inclined. If you collect this line, there's a bunch of stuff, and can't wait to see what other 2 figures that they're going to be releasing in this line. Frankie Rivera, 3 different face colors. Yes, so very cool.
That is awesome.
Giraffe, I wish I could buy these. Walmart hasn't done any MOTU or Superstars since they plucked Stratos and Bray Wyatt. Yeah, it's funny. My Walmarts do great at stocking WWE Superstars. They are horrible at stocking Masters of the Universe for some reason. Like there's 0. So,
but I tend to get like the old waves of the the WWE Superstars. Like they languish. My Walmart has like dozens of like Kurt Angles just hanging, like clogging up the shelves.
Oh my gosh.
Which I think I paid extra to get him early back at, I bought him at like Walmart's shop, and now he's just like sitting there.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Toy Bounty Hunter has a question unrelated to WWE Superstars. Strictly going forward, is She-Ra strictly going to be in a cartoon collection line, no Origins version? We don't know if they're going to be doing the Masters of the Universe. Well, they're She-Ra Princess of Power vintage versions, like they're doing Origins right now. So as far as we know, she's just in the cartoon collection right now.
Yeah.
So,
but I'll take her any way I can get her.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job on the cartoon collection figures. I mean, they look absolutely incredible. So I think the next bit of news we were going to cover was.
But wait,
and I had. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying no to you. I was like, but wait, there's more.
Oh yeah, but wait, there's more. Sorry, I was trying to. I'm like multitasking here so I can get something cool ready at the end of the stream. So I was able to get my hands on. Sorry, I guess I got to represent. My apologies. I guess it.
Here we can just add it. Was it this one?
Yeah, I got it. Okay. I was able to get my hands on. No, it's not loading. Why is it not loading? There we go. Bert from NECA's Sesame Street. Hello.
Oh,
he's
how cute.
So freaking cute. I gotta tell you guys, if you're a Sesame Street fan, you gotta get these. I was hoping to get Bert and Ernie, but I was able to nag Bert off of Target.com, and he shipped. He took a few days to get here, but he is like the cutest figure, and I did a really fun in-hand photo shoot of him. And I gotta tell you, like, he looks incredible, and he comes with 2 heads that you can switch out his looks. So he has, I'm dropping it all over the place, and I'll show you photos. But he's got his kind of like stoic look, and then his other look. But you could also take his eyebrows off because they're just pegged in his head, and you can put either the flat one or his like raised eyebrow, so you can have different expressions on either face, which is really awesome. And I just had such a blast, like taking pictures with him, because he has his Boring Stories book, which I think I left downstairs, and he comes with his his paperclip collection, his bottle cap collection, and then the letter A. And I just went to town with, here he is in my Sesame Street collection there, but I just went to town with him on my Fisher Price playset taking photos. He has an awesome box. It has really cute art, and then Dio photos in the back. And he, of course, he comes with his little pigeon, which is awesome. And you open him up, he's got a window display on one side with a little Velcro, and then this really cute Dio shot on the other. And then I just had so much fun. He's just chilling, reading a book out in front of Mr. Cooper's shop, and the pigeon's looking on. And just the detail on these is just incredible. I know he's kind of big for the scale, but it was just so much fun to play around with him. You can see there's like, the different expressions on his face. He can hold his little friend there. And then looking at the texture, his sweater has like all these like ribs on it that it looks like a sweater material. I don't know if you can see it, even on that sweater as well. It's all like ribbed. And then his face has like, it looks like felt, like it's got also, really nice texture. So it looks like a Muppet. This is going to be disturbing for some people. You can remove his hair.
Oh my gosh.
It just pegs right in. So you can just pop his hair back on. Plastic, which is really, really cool. And he's really nicely articulated. He's got cute little shoes with a ton of detail on them, which is super awesome. And he's got nice, like, ankle rockers, and just really, really cute and great articulation. And then his sweater, it's a little bit like kind of pliable and soft. So it kind of bends and moves nicely with him, the way that they wrap the sweater around his body. So this is just the best, Sesame Street figure they can make. NECA just knocked it out of the park. Like, he is awesome. I'm going to collect all of them that they make because it's just so much fun. And this just holding this little guy in my hand, like, just brings me back to my childhood. He's like that fun. So, highly, highly recommend it if you like Sesame Street. This is like a must-have. And again, I just had a blast shooting pictures. There he is looking at this little paperclip collection. And you can see, like, the nice texture on his body and all the texture on his sweatshirt, which looks great. And here he is just chilling in the alley reading his book. Yeah. So we have all the links on where to buy him. And, Ernie has been in and out of stock. So sometimes he shows that he's out of stock, but you can try and get them. And you can still pre-order any of these on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store if you want them. But they're actually in some Target stores as well. So, if you do click on the links, you can go ahead and see if you can find it in store, because you'll have all the DPCI information. Ernie's really cool because he comes with like a family portrait, and of course he has his rubber ducky. And you need Bert and Ernie. So I actually was able to snag Ernie in stock today for a second because I got an in-stock alert from Target on my phone, and
That's awesome.
So I went ahead and bought him. But it's going to take like a week to come. You can put the little pigeon on his shoulder, but it's adorable. So
Adorbs.
I'm super happy with this figure.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, just had a blast. Like I just had a blast putting together this little, like, it looks like he's, a day in the life of Bert.
Yeah, that's cute. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah,
I love it.
that's awesome. So yeah, be sure to pick him up. Let's see what else we had. And then we had a little bit of G.I. Joe news as well. Some more leaked images. So we got some leaked images of Blowtorch this past week, which was,
I'm excited about that figure.
Yeah, I know. That's like one of your favorites. I don't know if you want to talk about him. I have loaded up.
Totally fine. No,
it's fine. You can, because I know you're into it. You have a lot more to say. We rounded up all of them in one big article, but yeah, go for it.
No, I really love what they're doing with Blowtorch. I think he's got a big nod to the vintage style that we all know and love and grew up with, and it's just one of those nostalgia figures for me. He it's like he was not like the most popular Joe, but he was my favorite GI Joe of all time. I could totally see them making a retro card back version of this one too. But yeah, love the way that they've kind of included those like Lego sculpts, the Lego pieces that the vintage one had, and it's really, really, really cool what they're doing with his actual blowtorch. But yeah, I think this figure is going to come out really, really well.
He is, and what I guess I was demonstrating here that they're reusing all of the blast effects that they used on Torch for the Dreadnought figure. It's like the same, the same gas tank backpack and the same blast effects, fire effects that he has, the same 3, and even his little hose. So all these parts are reused, which is great because get their money's worth. They just recolored them, but his digital render looks amazing. And I know you're super excited, and I did give you a shout out because I know this is one of your favorite figures as well on here. And then this is looking at a really cool custom, which I think Yojo ARH did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah. The Steve Rogers version.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, cool stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff came out this week. So
yeah. Exactly. And so I don't know if we have any more news, and if not, we can move on to our special segment.
Nope, I think we are done with all the news.
Right. So our special segment is going to be at the end of each week's show. We're going to share our toy hauls. I'm going to let Michael go first because I'm prepping something. But we thought it would be kind of fun to show our toy hauls for the week. And, because I think it's exciting to see what people pick up, and maybe sometimes people get something in hand that you haven't gotten to see yet. So it might entice you to want to buy it yourself. So go ahead, Michael.
Alrighty. So like everyone else who is getting Rio Blast in hand, I did get Rio Blast and opened him up, and I'm really I love what they did with the figure. When we saw this at San Diego Comic-Con, I was like, yes, he looks very cool. I love what they did with his backpack and just all of the details that they made for him. I think we were talking about the way that the Masterverse Terraclaw Skeletor was going to look with these hoses. Like, I love what they've done with all the hose attachments and how the guns attached to his hands. And what's cool about this is not only do we get another vintage figure knocked off for the Origins line, but we also open the door for Plasmar, who was not created in the Powers of Grayskull line. So all these parts could be used, or some of these parts could be used to make other figures. And so it's a very cool looking figure, and very happy to have him in the Origins line and collection finally. So they do a bang up job, Mattel Creations, with these figures. So very excited about that.
Awesome. Yeah. What do you think of his like little cleft chin? Like,
I love it. I wish I had one now.
Maybe under the goatee.
Maybe it's under there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of details in his thighs and his chest, also in the sight here too, which is, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. No, and I love like the detail on his like little sheriff star that they did, and the different color plastics obviously on his little lasers that pop open. So there was like a lot of attention to detail. And his little hoses that are there, and just like the engineering, how everything works so well, and he's still modular, right? So they can pull him apart, and they were able to get all of those play features he had that we loved as kids. So that's awesome.
Very cool. And then I was lucky enough to get the MOTU Origins Sketchbook series Hordak and Grizzlor before Target put it up on pre-order. So it was going in and out of stock, and I just happened to look at it one day, and they had shipped it to me ahead of schedule, which was nice. But here is the MOTU Origins Sketchbook series Grizzlor, which does not look remotely like Grizzlor. So this, to me, in my lore and canon, is Grizzlor's cousin. I haven't gave him a name yet, but he is not going to be Grizzlor. So yeah, he's got tusks that are malleable. He's got a cool hairy body buck. He's got thigh pads that also come off too. And speaking of reuse of parts, he was also packed with these Terror Claws Skeletor reuse. And it's funny. Yeah, Jeffrey made a comment. I'm actually how surprised how sharp these tusks are on the end. They actually are pretty sharp. So
wow.
next time I need a blood test, I'm just gonna go here.
Just draw it right there.
Yeah. But yeah, he's kind of cool. He's got mechanical shoes. So the the shoe designer in Eternia is keeping busy with just designing new shoe sculpts. And yeah, very cool figure. He's got some metal parts underneath his snout too, which is neat.
Wow. He looks really cool.
Yeah, he does.
I can't wrap my head around him being Chrysler, but he looks pretty cool.
I know.
Benny.
And Giraffe, I think I am gonna call him Benny. He looks like Snoutspout's evil twin. That's funny.
There you go.
And then Hordak, which looks nothing like the Hordak that we got. So this is the Bizarro universe. If these were the Masters of the Universe figures that we got when we were kids, but Hordak has green skin. He's got a helmet. He doesn't have his white face. He's got like a kind of a normal looking grimacy face, but this is how they envision Hordak when they were designing the line. And oops, I still have his little plastic thing in there.
How
but
funny.
Yeah, he's got some cool armor. He's got some cool details. He's got an arm cannon that you could probably reuse, for maybe on your other Hordak too. And yeah, again with the power ability.
Why don't you call him Horde Prime? He could be Horde Prime.
Interesting. Yeah. There is a character called Horde Prime, and hopefully they'll make him. But
yeah, I know. But they haven't made him yet, so he could be like Horde Prime and his
cousin.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
But yeah, I do love these sketchbook characters, and I can't wait to see what Cyclone and Spikor turn out to be. The last thing that I want to show off, and he's still in boxes, I did pick up a Copper Kid Silverhawk Super 7 Ultimates figure. When I said, I think a few streams ago, I was out of the Super 7 Silverhawks. I saw it on Amazon, and I'm like, well, okay, I'll just get it. So I got it.
Open, and he looks incredible out of the box. So
yeah,
good.
I missed out on that Space Racer. So
yeah, I think it's popping up on Amazon still.
Okay, we'll go look for it.
You can probably get that, but you have to have the whole team. Like you really need.
That's true. Yeah, and I think you're right, and I think this is why I got the Copper Kid, because I was like, well, I can't have the whole team without the Copper Kid. So. Yeah,
he's actually really cute when you open him up and get him out of the box. It's going to make the Silverhawk shelf look really awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, so those were my few pickups this week. So.
That's awesome. So I was trying to do something in the meantime while you were showing off your incredible haul. So I was able to get the multi-craft.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, put it all together. And don't you love how that pops open?
Oh my god,
you can see
so cool.
Look at the awesome interior. I think this one's like $29.99 or $39.99. You can buy it on all of those websites that we have. But here's the cool thing. So we're gonna put Robin in the back seat, of course, because Batman's always the main driver. He's just Mr. Co-pilot. And then this cool new Batman, which is really cool. And he's got the dual colored cape. You can see the black on the inside. He gets to drive. And I don't know if you noticed, but the steering wheel, of course, is bat shaped.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's got a little, sorry, it's hard to see, but it is shaped like, see the bat?
Yeah.
On the steering wheel, which is awesome. Really cool. And these guys look so cool. So I was wishing like that the sea saucer had a translucent orange canopy, because this is like signature to Superpower stuff, right? The blue vehicles with the orange canopy. And then look how freaking cool these guys look riding inside the jet.
Wow.
That is rad.
They do look rad. And it's funny, like I don't collect.
If you're a fan of Superpowers, like How cool is that?
I don't collect these, but it's like you're tempting me to like think about them.
Like, dude, this is such a nice set. Like, this is. Oh, and then I missed the coolest part here. So here we go. So the jet is taking off the multi-craft, and then he's like, put it in hyper mode, and then you go, hold on, why the hell can't I get it to? Damn it! How's it click? Oh, here. All right, we're taking off.
Oh,
Do you
that's
see
so
the
cool. Yeah. Oh
the
my
blast
gosh,
effects that pop up? I couldn't figure out how to do it, so
play
he's
features.
putting it into a high gear. That's really awesome. So that's the multi-craft. Really cool. And I did go in on the crowdfund, and it was only $75 for all of this. The 4 figures, that's $10 a piece value, so that's $40 right there, and the 2 vehicles for $75. So I got this way cheaper. So that meant both vehicles were only $35 total.
Oh wow.
So here is the really cute sea saucer with Black Manta riding in here.
That's
and
cool.
you can close them up inside, and then if you pop open this little button, you can see him. I wish that this had an orange canopy, because I would love to see Black Manta riding around on the inside, translucent. That's the only like little gripe I had on this vehicle, but like, why is it opaque? I know it's supposed to look like a manta ray, which is neat, but like, don't you want to see him in there?
Yes, of
Right?
course. Yes.
Yeah. That's like kind of like the only bummer with the thing, but I'm gonna leave him displayed with his little hatch opened up in here, so he can ride in it. And of course, he's like staring down Aquaman. Kind of has him in his sight, and then it's got these little propellers on here, so he can go swimming underwater. And if this thing, the stickers are gonna get messed up if I took it in the pool. But it's pretty neat. And then it's got, oh my god, there's little bombs that dropped out at the bottom.
Oh wait, there
Holy
you go.
crap! Oh, are they shaped like dolphins?
Happy
Give me
accident.
1 second.
We need
1 second.
we need like elevator music or something.
So I lost one under the desk, but I have one right here. I'll go get it in a minute. But dude, they're little sharks or something.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. That's neat.
Isn't that awesome? And it drops out of the bottom. Look, he's got his little like, he's sending his like his evil like sharks after him. And so you hit this jet propulsion thing in the back, and it's like, bombs away. And he drops his little sharks after him.
Flipper,
oh my god, Flipper.
You know what
I'm like hoping?
Sharkpedos.
I know. I really want them to release the seahorse for Aquaman.
Ooh,
like, we need Aquaman's seahorse. He has to get him. They made a big one for the multiverse line, so we have to have his cartoony looking one for superpowers. Like, all right, I just dropped the shark again. Anyway, this thing is super cool. So that's those, and I've got stuff on the floor. I also finally got my superpowers. This 3-pack here with a Green Lantern, Iron Man, and Starman. So you guys remember this 3-pack that had come out? It finally came this week on Amazon, awesome. And the figures look great. Look how cool they look.
They look awesome.
Really cool outfits on. Yeah, those look cool. So that was my superpower haul, and then I have just a couple really neat vintage things. So I picked up this very cool vintage Thundercats collector's case. I just love the artwork on it. Not that I'm going to store my Thundercats inside here. I'll probably use it for something else, because it's just got this nice display with a big yellow handle. But if I do put some special vintage Thundercats display out at some point, maybe I'll display this with it and make it look cool. So we'll see. So that's held for a future time. And then after that news, I think it was a week or two that came out with the Sky Cutter. I didn't get to share this with you guys like up close and personal, but I picked up a vintage Sky Cutter and an extra Vulture van, so I can have them sitting there, because I didn't want to pilfer the one on my display. Vulture van's pretty cheap. But the Sky Cutter is a very cool vehicle, and if you press this little button on the wheel on the bottom, then it flaps his wings. And he's like,
Oh, that's so cool.
I know, isn't that awesome? It's a really neat vehicle, and it's got the handles are kind of like spring, like you can adjust them right here. I don't know if they're kind of springy, but you know, you can kind of adjust how he holds those, and then these little wheels like turn in right there. They're like the landing gear, which is really neat. And then it has like the little you know jet propulsion thing in the back, and then that's where you make the wheels go up and down. So that's a pretty cool dude. And you know, just a last local pickup from my comic book shop. Hung out with the Baroness last weekend, and I picked up this really nice multiverse Lex Luthor, and he looks like the vintage Superpowers one. So that'll go with my display. So yeah, I mean, kind of a cool week of pickups of stuff, and just you know things came in, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I'm glad that the sketchbook series, or not sketchbook, but the drawing board series from McFarlane came in, because we reported on it, and then I was able to kind of share it with the team. So if you're thinking about ordering these, they're really cool. They're really cool. And this one I think is like $29, and the other one's $39. Totally worth it. They're really cheap, the vehicles, and they're great. They're really good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to try and make this a regular segment at the end of the show. So after all the fun news is over, you still have a little something cool to look forward to, because you don't know what we're gonna pull up out of our hands that we got.
That's right. Yeah, and you don't know what is also going to pop up on our website too. So always stay tuned.
Absolutely. Always stay tuned to toyhabits.com, and you never know what's going to pop up. Baroness, what do you have to say? I've been lazy to open my Superpowers drawing board loot, and now you made me want to open it. And I had to assemble that while we were on the air, so I've got a total mess on the floor, but I'm glad I was able to do so, because you guys got to enjoy that. And I didn't know there were little shark bombs on the bottom. That's so awesome. Cool. Anyway, and then you guys get one last look.
That's awesome. Jeffrey says it's cool to see the pickups. Brian says, have a good one, guys. Yes, you have a good one as well. Alex Valdez, oh, that's so nice. You guys always make my evening. Thanks. That's so nice of you to say.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, we want to make things fun for you all. So, and then like I said, sometimes you see pictures of things online and whatnot, but when you get to see us kind of experience things and hold products in hand, like new toys that come out, that might inspire you and be like, yeah, that is actually really cool, and maybe I do want to buy it. So we could either save you money by maybe oh, it's not as cool as you thought, or be bad enablers and make you want to buy more stuff. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, oh, it totally is. Yeah, I mean, you've gotten me into things that I never thought I would want to buy ever.
Exactly. If I start to get you to buy Superpowers, I'll be really happy.
Oh my gosh!
And you'll thank me for it, because
I probably will.
They are awesome figures, I gotta tell you.
Giraffe, very fun stream. Take care, everyone. Good luck on weekend toy hunts you might have. Yes. Yeah, this was super fun. Yeah, lots of news that happened over the last weeks. That was a lot.
Yes.
A lot of good stuff. So, yeah, we have a fun show planned for next week. We can, kind of collate all of the MOTU stuff that might be coming out on March 6th, put it all together, and we can have a cool sesh about it.
Yes, and maybe if we're lucky, soon enough we'll get to celebrate our 10,000 sub celebration. So let's see how far we get, and maybe in the next few weeks or so, I don't know, or the next month or two, but we're going to try and get there. And then we're going to have some fun giveaways. So make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button if you're watching us out there and you haven't yet. And, tune in to toyhabits.com, because you never know what exciting news is going to hit.
That's right. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend and had a great time with everybody. All right.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.